So people are in an uproar about Trump allowing 600,000 Chinese graduate students, mostly they're graduate students, very few of them are undergraduates. He's letting 600,000 Chinese graduate students come to the United States to study, to work like slaves for professors in the United States, and to make money for these universities who desperately need their cheap labor to support their research programs. Without these Chinese graduate students, a lot of these universities would be in big trouble. But don't we have American graduate students? Don't we have American students who can take the place of these Chinese graduate students? Of course we do. Of course we do. But we're not letting them get into college. We're not letting them get into graduate school. Why? Because the Chinese graduate students pay a lot more, for one thing. They pay a lot more in tuition and fees because they're international students. And you want a local resident to take their spot and for the university to lose all that money. Second of all, a lot of the qualified students who would replace them would be Asian college students. And that's the last thing America wants, is to allow more Asians to go to college. Just look at what happened to that young man named Go. Yeah, the kid from California who was a perfect student, who was such a brilliant coder that Google started recruiting him still while he was still in high school. He was winning all these coding contests. Not only that, he was building useful apps for people during the pandemic to help people in their time of need. I'm not going to go into the exact details, but this guy was a perfect student. Super smart, socially conscious, good person. And he was rejected by almost every school, every university that he applied to. Why? Because he was Asian and male, but mostly I think because he was Asian. So, yeah, if you're upset about all these Chinese graduate students, you're going to have to let the Asian college students to get in to college. And not only that, allow them to get into university graduate schools. And that is going to require equal treatment. And that's the last thing that these universities want. And that's the last thing that Americans want, is to allow Asian students to be treated fairly, which would result in fewer white students, black students, and Hispanic students getting into these college programs. So, well, I'm going to cut this off for now. And thank you very much.